Okay, well, it's time, and thanks for tuning in. And as you see here, I'm at 44.88. Okay, so I'm going to withdraw at 4,500. So I figured I'd make this video to commemorate that. I mean, you know, we're basically gambling. This is going to happen for us. So that's what we're here doing. And I'm going to withdraw, at that point, I'm going to withdraw $1,500, which is the maximum amount that this casino allows in a 1 week period. And so we're going to start functioning at that level here. And I'm glad you tuned in. So let's get spinning because we're going to start with number 36. Our goal is 45.19. So let's make this happen. Let's go. Yep, so now you guys are along and you can see me progress through this. This would be great. And, you know, if we get a struggle session, that'll be great too. Hopefully I can document it. You know, I haven't really worked out why the software crashes on longer sessions. But you know, in an attempt to get the longest possible recording, I close the program after every recording, and I open up a fresh one at the beginning of every recording. I don't know how much of a difference that makes. Number 5 just took over as the strongest number on the board. We're also happen to be watching number 3 at this point, just saying. We're staying on number 36. Obviously, we expect it to come in. The static odds are right now at about 20% that it should come in. So we're going to stay on it. And, you know, it's like the video recording software, you know, they have limitations. They do. They have... This one's really good about syncing. With syncing, you know, where you, where the sound and the video remain in sync over a long period. Because the last software that I used didn't have that. It had a problem with longer sessions. It would get out of sync, and I think that's why video software, recording software, why it crashes. Because there's a syncing function that relates to the entire length of the video itself, and the longer the video gets, the more difficult it is to maintain that type of thing. You know, again, I'm talking without really understanding what I'm saying necessarily. I'm just sort of, if you will, postulating, guessing, if you will. So. Yeah. So we're going to try, you know, if we get a struggle session, then, you know, I'm going to try to go as long as I can. And if with the software crashes, there's nothing I can do. It's game over, you know. I'm just going to play it out. And making the video probably immediately afterwards. Like the next session I play would probably be a video that talks about the fact that I've you know, withdrawn, but my balance will be, because as soon as you make a withdrawal request, your balance goes down by that amount. You lose, that money is not available to gamble. So that'll be the only difference. And I could be talking like I'm talking to myself, right? Because if this crashes, this is a struggle session, right? We always face it. If this is a struggle session and it crashes, or you know, this thing crashes, no one will ever see the video. So it's kind of funny. All right, what are we looking at? Right now, we're watching number 5. Obviously, the top number on the board. Number 23 is now also a very strong number. 5 is just going to be stronger by order of nature. We're also watching number 21. And of course, last but not least, number 36. So those top numbers, 5, 23, and 21, are the ones that are really doing well at the moment. And we still believe 36 is going to be coming in here. That's why we're betting on it. That's what's gambling. That's right, gambling. Yes. Okay, that's we're betting on it. Okay. Ooh. And we just got paid. Not very much, but I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong, I am not complaining. Okay, so we're going to be moving over to number 5 now. We think it's a really, really good shot at number 5. So let's make this official. Okay, here we go. Okay, so again, we're watching number 23, number 21, and number 36. Ooh. And we were watching number 3. It's going to be what we call an outlier. We're not going to watch, so many numbers that we go insane. There's a list of other numbers that are out there that I call outliers that go beyond, the 4 numbers that we watch. Ooh. Okay, so number 23 just took over as the strongest number. I don't want to switch to it right now. As soon as I get a hit, I'll immediately switch. Because I'm going to give number 5 is a very strong number, and I'm going to give it its opportunity to quote-unquote express itself and whatnot. That's just how I do things. I don't switch right away. And, I've talked so many times about the dichotomy between switching and not switching immediately that I think you guys, if you've watched my videos, you get the point. And again, the answer to make a long story, what would have been a long story short, the answer is be consistent, whatever you do, so that the statistics, you get your fair share. That's all. So, unless you can find, and again, I mean, there's an exception to every rule, right? Unless you can find something that is actually an advantageous bet selection, I don't know that such a thing exists. Is in the long term, okay, over many, I mean, it's, there's, I don't know, it put it this way, if you run simulations, any advantage that you gain in your bet selection gets eclipsed, gets balanced out by the negative things that happen. I'm still working on ways to circumvent that, so I'm not putting in a lot of effort right this moment at it, but it's something that's on the table that I'm going to be looking into, because I think if you choose certain criteria for your betting, for your analysis, like you get very specific about what you're looking for, and you are able to find something that does make a statistical difference, and because of your specific focus, number 10 just became the second strongest number on this board. We're watching number 23 is the strongest, number 10, then of course our number 5 that we're still waiting for it to come in. And again, if I had to switch right now, I'd be switching to number 23. And 21 is taking up the rear. But anyway, if you get very specific and you can hit on the right things, I think that you can demonstrate a statistical edge. I think it's possible. But again, the criteria you use has to be very specific. Now, 21 has just upgraded, so now it's 23, 10, and 21. And now our number 5 takes up the rear. So we're just going to wait. Hey, I'm still here. I'm going to give it another handful and a half or whatever it spins, and I expect it's definitely a strong number. It's a Roman citizen. We're going to see it around no matter what happens. Number 5 is going to be a relevant number for the rest of this session, however long the session goes. Number 5 is going to be up there with the best grouping of numbers, the best 12 numbers. That'll never change. I mean, when I say never, of course, I can't really encompass never. I mean, that's just an expression. I mean, in other words, the simulation that I've run shows me that it doesn't change. So, and I can only go out so far because the random number generator I use is limited. Okay, so 21 just took over now. 21 has actually come from the bottom of our numbers that we were considering out to the very top now. So now, which I'm about to switch, it looks like it's going to be to number 21. Let's see how much longer we've got. Yeah, I've got a few more spins. Number 18 is taking up the rear now. All right, so we're our selection number 5 did not come through. So what we're going to be doing is switching to number 21. Okay, and I'm going to make that official. Alright, and now we're betting that 21 is going to come in before 23, 10, or 18. That's what we're saying. Now, 21 is definitely, I mean, we've got well over a 61.67, not necessarily well over, but we have more than a 62% chance of hitting right now. So, we're in a good position, and we believe 21 is going to be coming in for us. So, it does more times than not. It's definitely going to come in. More times than not. Okay, we just watch and see. And obviously nothing in roulette is 100%. So eventually roulette discovers those little gaps. I guess it's like water flowing through rock, and there's cracks in the rock, but the cracks are filled in with, I guess you could say, bat guano. How about bat guano? If you ever heard of bat guano, if you know what that is. And then eventually what happens is the water wears away the bat guano enough to where it seeps through the cracks, and that's that's an interesting example, but that is like kind of like statistics, the way it works, how it discovers the cracks in the rock, you know. But you know, until the bat guano wears away, you know, you get the results that you're looking for. So. And number 25 just became very strong. It's now the second strongest number on this board. And so we're watching number 25, number 23, and number 10. Those are our numbers. And if I had to switch right now, I mean, I wouldn't switch anywhere. I would stay where I am. So I think 21 is definitely the best number to be on. And, okay, there's number 5. I think, by the way, I haven't really done this before, but if I was to make predictions, I'm going to predict right now that number 5 is going to hit within expectation, and for the next couple of hits, I think. In other words, we're going to see number 5 advance. Okay, number 23 just became strong. So now we're following number 25, number 23 especially. Okay. So the traffic is starting to back up a little. 25 and 23 are pressing at the gates. Okay, now number 28. So now we're following 25, 23, and 28. And once again, we believe 21 is the way to go here. Ooh. Okay, number 10 is looking especially good. I definitely predict right here we're going to see more of number 10 as well. You know, and I could switch all over the place, you know. And that's the thing, you know, I don't want to. I want to stay consistent. And the way, there we go. All right, the way to stay consistent is to, like, you know, bet the numbers that you intend to bet and give them time, you know. Basically follow the rules. So I'm going to stay on number 21 here, okay? And we're at 4,500. Our goal is 4,519. So, all right. So cool. Let's keep going. Now, all I can tell you is number 21 has slowed down. I mean, it's still a fantastic number. Okay, it's just it took a hit in its frequency, the consistency of its frequency. Put it that way. I monitor the consistency of the frequency of hits, and it had been completely consistent until this last hit. Ooh, take that back. So now it's still plateaued. It was really in a free fall, 45.16. So we were $3 shy, $2.25 shy. So we're staying, absolutely staying. And now it's plateaued. It was actually in a free fall. And this last hit actually saved it from, they got it out of that free fall that it was in. So now it has plateaued. So let's see if that plateau can lead to a acceleration. That would be really cool. Of course, I'll accept anything, even a slowdown. I'll even accept a slowdown as long as the hit is within expectation. I mean, what choice do I have? What I accept or not? You know what I'm saying? It's not like I have a choice or anything. But I put this way, I'm betting that there's going to be another hit in like 35 spins. So that's pretty much it right there. And 21 is doing extremely well. I mean, it's very strong. But there are other numbers. See, remember I told you about number 10? There it is. You just saw it. I believe it's going to do a repeat performance. And I'm still waiting on number 5. I still expected that to come in. It is officially asleep. That number is officially asleep now. It doesn't change my prediction, my original prediction. But there's no way that I would be betting on that number right now. I don't care what my prediction was, because none of my predictions are at 100%. And I don't bet on stale numbers. So. But number 10, that's definitely a bettable number. But the ones and again, I can't drive myself crazy with numbers, but what we're following is number 19 now, which is a new entry. That it just happened. As you can see on the screen, that's a new entry. Number 19 has just climbed into the strongest spot. Then we have number 28 and number 25. Those are actually the numbers we're following now. So there has been some changes. Number 3 is looking really good. I expect a repeat performance. Some people say, oh, you know, you got a really close hit. You know, there's no such thing, you know, as close. Really. Not really. I mean, the only thing I would consider close in a situation like this, well, I'm not betting sectors, so on the wheel, so that doesn't count. The only thing that we could possibly be close is a number like 19 hits instead of number 21. And 19 becomes stronger than number 21. That's actually a close hit. The only way I could describe a close hit, as just, you know what I mean? So, and that's just a different way of looking at things. So. Ooh, that number looks familiar, and it finally did come back for us. It's officially asleep, but it has hit, and which could be, it's not officially awake, number 36, but it is, it has definitely hit, awakened, if you will, but it's just not officially, like I could never bet that number, not yet. Oh man, that number looks strong. What number is that? 22? The Swans? They look really strong. I expect some good activity from them. Ooh, okay, 25. So we're watching 19, 25, and 28. I think it made sense what 13 did. I would have predicted as such. But now now I'm not as certain. I mean, 13 looks great. It's a great number. We're not following it because there's too many numbers. Like it's an outlier. And you start, that's the problem. You start looking at number histories and you start going farther and farther away. And there's number 36, as we described it, from really the strongest numbers. Put it this way, strength, there it is, there's number 5. And it has now officially awakened. We're not following it because it's a bit out of step because it was asleep. But I expect a repeat performance. And number 13 continues in strength. Still an outlier though. I mean, if I keep calling out these numbers, like number 34 is a good, strong number that I expect to be hitting more. But that's the thing. I don't want to go nuts over this. I mean, I'd end up going nuts over all these numbers and all these different ones. There's only going to be, I mean, really, there's really only 12 numbers that we really will be focusing on and at any one time. And really what we want to do is we want to find out the 4 or 5 numbers that are really doing well and focus on those. Okay, number 21 just failed. Okay, it missed. But I'm going to stay on it. Okay, because it's a Roman citizen. And I expect it to continue to do extremely well. And get a hit here. And now if I get any action from 19, 25, 33... or even a possible outlier besides those numbers, which I'm not going to be focusing on all that. If I get any activity from any of those numbers, I'm going to immediately switch to that number. Okay, and now number 10, add that number to the list. It expressed itself very strongly as predicted. So you saw that prediction come through. Okay, and also there's now a death watch on number 21. It could fall off at any moment. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, there's number 19. So, alright, switching. Let me make it official. And let's talk about number 19. Well, what can I say? It's just only slightly, if anything, it's only slightly stronger than number 21, or slightly weaker now. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to really say. It's the strongest number. It's the fastest number on this board. So I'm sticking with it. So that's how it goes. That's how I roll. So. And 21's about to drop off at some point. In fact, no, not yet. But 25 just became the strongest number on the board. We're watching 25, 21, and now 33. And it seems like the numbers keep changing, but really it's the same one big group. I just don't track them as such. There's 36 doing its thing. It did really well after I said it was. And, we expect it to continue as such. Ooh. 21 is looking extremely strong. We do expect number 21 to continue to do well. But 19 is the fastest number and the strongest number on the board. Well, that's where strength comes from, is speed. Yeah, look at that, 13 still doing well. It's far beyond what the minimum that I would. Ooh. And 5 continues strongly. Oh my. I expect some significant activity for number 5. I absolutely do. Alright, 25 and 21 are especially strong here. Right now, 19 is the dominant number. I mean, I could just start calling stuff off. It just gets like way out of hand. That's the whole point. We're trying to keep it simple. Competition is dropping off. They're dwindling. Competition is dwindling here. And our number 19, remains very strong, which all numbers will eventually go to sleep. Okay, 21 finally did it, as we said. Now, I'd love to switch to number 21. Well, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I get a hit, or you know, a good number of spins has got to come through here, because number 19 is a Roman citizen. Okay, and number 25 is 33, and 25 and 33 are both doing extremely well. Ooh. 23 is on the list. Now there's a traffic jam. Everybody's vying for that top spot. Right now 21 has got it. And as I was saying, number 19 is a Roman citizen. I'm not leaving this number. Not for a good handful of spins yet. I mean, not just a handful. Wow, that was a major delay there. That was probably a software glitch. You probably just heard a little gloomph on the software there, on the audio. I can start calling the audio glitches out because I know when they happen. It's funny. Okay, we got like an 83% chance of hitting him. So. Okay, so we're moving towards. We're in really kind of in two places at once here. Ooh, 13. Yep. We're moving towards a level 2, but at the same time, we're really close to ending the session also, because we've already had 3 coups. So, you know, it's kind of like a dual situation. We don't really know where we're going yet. So let's just see. And right now we're closing in on those 30 minutes. So this is the crucial time where we find out whether we have a struggle, which is level 2, or we are able to close this out at level 1. Let's just see what happens. Ooh. Yep, number 5 did what it, and I believe it's going to continue, number 5. I do believe so. And the traffic jam has occurred. Number 19 is at the top of it, but what can I tell you? All numbers have to go to sleep. Let's hope 19 doesn't do that, but it's now moving in that direction. it's definitely the strongest number. I mean, as far as static odds, there's over an 87% chance of it hitting right now. Okay, and all right, so I'm done with that. I'm moving back to 21 now, and I think there's really good shot here. All right, so 1 second here. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah! That's right. That's what I said. And you saw here. You saw it here, folks. All right. All right. So celebration time. 30 minutes. Thanks for hanging in.